the most petty Disney villains of all time. And I'm talking about the Disney villains, like the primary 13 faces of evil. That's what we're going to go through, and we're going to rank them by the least petty to the most petty. And if you guys notice in the background, the boxes, it's because we're moving, as well as there's probably an echo in this room. Sitting at number 13 is going to be Chernabog. And the reason I put him at 13 is he's just the embodiment of pure evil. Like, I don't think there's a petty bone inside of him because he is the Disney villain. Like, I'm pretty sure somewhere they even put, like, he is the devil. So that's why he sits at the bottom of my list. Sitting at number 12 is Dr. Facilier. Again, I don't think he was very petty at all. He literally was just evil to be evil. Maybe he was just really trying to teach them all a lesson about life. Turning you into a frog was the right way to do that. Number 11 for me is Oogie Boogie from A Nightmare Before Christmas. And again, some people might say he's petty because he wants to be the Halloween guy like Jack Skellington, but really deep down, throughout the whole movie, I just embodied him like sitting on his own little island and was just like okay with being alone and being the scary man he was. I really don't think he actually cared what happened in Halloween Town. Number 10 for me is the Queen of Hearts. And I chose her at number 10 because, again, in the original animation, she's very much like just the embodiment of a tyrant. She is an evil queen, and that's it. She has anger issues. She, you know, has mood swings, all this stuff, but it doesn't really make her petty. Trust me, there are more villains that are way pettier. Number 9 is Cruella de Vil. I guess you could say she had some kind of like pettiness in her bones because she didn't get the dogs that she wanted. But at the end of the day, I don't think she was evil because she was petty. She was evil because she just wanted more fur coats and like the spots of Dalmatians. Not petty, but definitely a hint of insane. Number 8 is Captain Hook. And the reason I put him at number 8 was, again, in the original animation, he literally was just the evil guy in Neverland because everyone likes to fight pirates and make believe land. Number 7 is Jafar. And I put him there because he had a little bit of pettiness to him. He wanted to be Sultan. He wanted Jasmine. I mean, but really he went about it in a way of like solving his own issue, you know? Like he went and decided like, all right, I'll just go find this genie lamp, even though he makes other people do it for him. Nah, still not petty. It's all right. You know, he belongs where he's at. My number 6 is Ursula. To get back at Triton for banning her, she literally goes after his daughter. Tries to take the daughter's man. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of pettiness there. At number 5 is Hades. I do believe Hades is pretty petty. But Hades was all about destroying everything that Zeus had put up, including his own son, Hercules. There's got to be a high level of pettiness to go after someone's son. Number 4 is Scar, which is my favorite all-time Disney villain. So if this was a ranking of my favorite villains, he'd be number 1. But I put him at number 4 because he has a big ego, but also a big level of pettiness to him, right? Was he a prince, right? That was supposed to be the heir to the throne and ends up not getting it. But he also becomes evil simply because Sarabi didn't want him. And for him to become evil because of this, maybe don't be a little bit of a coward. Oh! Number 3 goes to Gaston. And let's be honest, that's the most pettiest man I've ever seen in my entire life. That man cares so much about his looks that when the one female out of everyone in the entire village doesn't want him, boom, villain mode it is. Although I could say something about Belle being interested in a furry. Number 2 for me goes to the evil queen. And let's be honest, you can't get more petty than being so mad at someone for being way more attractive than you. I mean, her whole villain arc is because Snow White was the fairest of them all, which could be actually classified as being the whitest of them all. But to be mad because someone's more attractive, I feel like there's just too much pettiness in that. But not as petty as number 1 for me, and that is the one, the only, Maleficent. I mean, you are literally so mad that you go on a villain reign of terror because you didn't get invited to a birthday party. Yikes. Maybe deep down, she just wanted a slice of cake and they never brought her one. So I'd be mad too.